And good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign here on Hard Knock Dice. I'm Ian, the dungeon master for this campaign. These gentlemen around me are our players in here, several of whom are involved with our other campaign on Saturdays, and one of whom this is his first and only game he's currently playing in. But good evening once again. Hope everybody's doing all right. I know we are still starting a little later. Hopefully this is hopefully this very well should be, outside of really unfortunate circumstances, this will be the last week that we are starting late. I'll be returning to my normal abode as well. I know my background, I think, has changed almost every game we've played the past couple of weeks. But yeah, it's very exciting. So let's see here. I think our only announcement is still that coming up on the 22nd of this month, we're going to be doing our charity stream with oh my goodness, I forget the name of it.
Extra Life.
Extra Life. There we go. Yeah, we're doing Extra Life. Free all kinds of fun. It should be a good time. It's 24-hour stream starting at 11 a.m. on the 22nd, going all the way to the 23rd. On the following time, we'll be playing, our Eberron game. We'll be doing a couple of fun one-shots that should hopefully have some fun guests and stuff. We'll have an interview sprinkled in there. We're still working on the timing of when that's going to be. Play some other, maybe some digi games, some other kind of fun stuff. It should be a good time in general. People coming to hang out, and we're doing a giveaway, handing out like a gaming mouse, a keyboard, a copy of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. All kinds of fun stuff, and I think we've got some other fun gifts that are going to be coming in there that we're still nailing down. But that should be, I think, over in the whole, it should be a very good time, and you should definitely come hang out. Yeah, Rick Toffins. I was saying it correctly for our benefit, but yes, I always think of Rick Toffins as well as this fucking mad German scientist in Ravenloft, which I think fits the setting, honestly. That'd be where Rick Toffin would hang out. But yeah, that'll be going down on the 22nd of this month. Definitely come hang out, spend some time. It's for the kids, of course, as always doing everything for the kids, playing D&D, and maybe donating some money to them so that they can do their thing. Anywho, does anybody else have any analysis for the evening?
I'm done with college. Officially graduated.
Christopher is graduating college as of Friday. You should be all of a sudden just a lot smarter as soon as you get that diploma.
Nope.
Just all of a sudden making way better decisions. It'll be amazing. All right.
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I was gonna say on Saturday we could have like a little happy graduation day thing, like a day late, but you're not in. I guess you can come hang out in the chat and we'll do it there anyway.
That's true.
That's what should happen. But yeah. With all that stuff out of the way, let's get started for the evening. Last we left our heroes, they just recently returned from their foray into the Hool Marshes to deal with the lizard folk in order to secure an alliance with them to ensure that they will not be attacking Saltmarsh, and after their arrival and speaking to these lizard folk to secure their aid as well as the aid of Saltmarsh's militia and whatever military force they can bring to bear in a combat/war. They're not quite sure the scale as of yet, against the Sahuagin, who seem to be just pervading the coastal region, creeping ever closer to Saltmarsh itself. Upon their return, and a brief discussion with a few of the council members, they received their payment, as well as sending off the lizard folk representatives to be housed in the good gracious, the grounds of one of the council members, and they've spent their day afterwards getting some goods, wandering about town, taking care of some little chores as they figure out what they're going to do next, before they were approached by Vertheg, the butler of one Aubric Dralian, who is a disgraced merchant prince here in Saltmarsh. He'd once been very wealthy before losing the vast amount of his wealth to the sea, as his ship, the Emperor of the Waves, became lost. He has now more recently heard rumors of the location of the Emperor of the Waves and has employed our adventurers after some debate and threatening and argumentation in general on the okay gracious under the that they would bring back the chest that had all of his goods and valuables in it that they know is magically enchanted to protect it for a cut of 10,000 gold pieces upon a ship that he has to set sail upon a ship that he has already employed that will get them to their destination. And we left them as they exited and went about some of their business. They did a little bit more of their shopping off stream, as I know that's terribly exciting for everybody involved. And I will say you guys are kind of in the middle of town, recently having exited the herbalist shop. We were kind of around 12 o'clock when we left you guys last, so I'd say it's probably coming up somewhere on 1 at this juncture. What would you boys like to do?
Well,
Go ahead, Bart.
we still need to go talk to our lizard folk buddies before we head on out of here.
Yeah, that's true. Probably be best to give them some heads up, not just leave them here all by themselves.
Did we get their address where they were staying?
They were staying with one of the members of the board.
Yeah, they
I
were
believe
staying
it
with-
was Anders.
Yeah, they were staying with Anders, but I don't know where he lives.
I'm sure we could ask one of the guards around here.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all want to go? Y'all looking for a guard to tell you where Anders Solomon lives?
Yeah.
I mean, would I know where he lives since this is kind of a small place?
I mean, like it's smaller. Say where exactly where he lives. Just roll a check for me. He's younger, and you haven't been here in 5 years, so roll a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom.
It's like memory thing.
That'll be a 12.
A 12.
A 12.
You have a vague idea of where the Saltmarsh estate is located. You know the general direction. It's like it's on this side of town, kind of thing. So, I'd say with very minimal direction on your way over there, you guys know where you're going. Especially once you start getting closer to that side, because it's in the, I would say, more upscale side of Saltmarsh, which basically consists of, this is where the various estates of the more wealthy individuals are placed about. They're all in a general area because they needed plenty of space, so they all kind of expanded out into a very similar direction. Similar to Ida Owlin's estate that you, Julian, have been to, and recently, as you get closer, it's more of a, while hers were like wrought iron, like just kind of, it was more of like a for show, like you can't get in kind of thing. The Saltmarsh estate seems to be a bit more practical in that they're high brick walls that serve to actually block sight into the majority of the state, while with a wrought iron gate at the front that there were a couple of guards are standing as you guys approach.
Cool. I'm not the one doing the talking, so.
Sure. As you guys approach, it's pretty clear, that y'all are coming to the estate and not just passing through. The guards just, hello there.
Hey, how you doing? I was here coming to check on the lizard folk, make sure they're settling in just fine. We were the people who got them here in one piece after the attacks. Just wanted to make sure everyone was settling in real nice. Make sure they didn't need anything. We might be leaving in a little bit.
I see. You understand. I'll have my partner here go ask and see if your entrance is permitted to the estate.
All right.
While he does that, We should also probably stop by the council and make sure that they don't have anything that they need us to do. Because, I mean, I feel like they should probably take priority over some guy that we just met.
Mhm.
Yes. Speaking of this guy, this I mean, I don't really know much about him. I know that he used to be rich. I mean, how did he really make his fortune? Do any of y'all know?
You said I would have known from, because
Yeah.
his downfall was when like right as out reached adulthood.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like, yeah, as you were entering adulthood 15 years ago, uh, he had been he was relocating. He was trying to move to a different, city from Saltmarsh, which required him to move the vast majority of his wealth, and the ship that was doing so was lost at sea. I would say, just off of the general knowledge from the role you had last session, and age and probably general involvement with a guy like Aubrey Drellian, that he was a merchant. So as far as you know, that he made the vast majority of his wealth by just trading some fine goods, some more common goods. It just depended on what was going to be profitable at the time within the town of Saltmarsh. He probably took part in some of the fish trade, all that kind of stuff. General goods, lumber, textiles, that kind of stuff.
Nothing special or exotic or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
nothing special and exotic. It's kind of hard to move. Some like surely he would move some of those things for some of the fewer and more maybe the few more wealthy individuals that reside within Saltmarsh, like maybe some of the Owlins or the Soulmoors. But some of the Soulmoors are involved in trade themselves. The Owlins would buy some things. So some of stuff like that, he may have procured some of the finer goods that would make their way to Seaton if he knew he had a buyer, that kind of thing. But as Saltmarsh was his base of operations, a lot of it was just a buying and selling more common goods at good prices.
All of that communicated to you in a raspy voice.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure we weren't, I don't know, working with any shady guy or something like that.
Yeah, that is important.
There's a general suspicion. I would say that you also know, Julian. Like suspicion and kind of confirmation. Smuggling goes on in Saltmarsh. It is not as much recently since Firebrand and his men have come in. Though that's less relevant. This would be more of something that you notice since arriving. That you notice like some of this activity doesn't seem to be going on as much. There was previously a lot of kind of smuggling that would go on, that it wasn't super blatant, but it happened very frequently, and a lot of the wealthy merchant families would involve themselves, some to certain degrees. Some were completely clean, though they would just ignore it. Some would like dip their toes in a little bit, and some were heavily invested in the smuggling, and that would be like where they were merchants, but they were actually just like handling a smuggling empire.
That doesn't need to get brought up.
Yeah.
I don't consider
just
that too big of a deal.
Something that you would know.
Gotcha.
All right.
So I'd say it probably takes, y'all are out there for between 15 and 20 minutes. It seems to be, from what you can see through the gate, pretty big estate, and the guard that went off didn't seem to be in much of a hurry. He's just kind of making his way up the kind of the drive. It's not a driveway, whatever. As he goes up, other guard just standing at attention, chilling the whole time you guys are gone. Eventually, the guard that left comes back, and when he does so, he is accompanied by what you see is a very tall, lean, I believe he is a elf, who stood. He has his hair pulled back about shoulder length, pulled back in a short tail at the back of his head, long silver hair, and just slender features in general, as elves tend to be. What is he? In a dressed similarly actually to Vertheg, that you guys saw, but in much crisper, clean, immaculate dress of finery is approaching alongside this guard. And this also seems pretty tan. Like he spent a lot of his time outdoors. He approaches up to the gate and so. And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
We were trying to see the lizard folk before we head off. Make sure everything's going along smoothly. You know how it is.
Yes. You are the mercenaries that were sent to treat with the lizard folk.
Now, we were good Samaritans at the city and decided that they were going to start paying to make sure things got done right.
I am sure. Very well. The young Master Anders, has allowed your visit. If you will come with me.
I appreciate it very much.
And guards open the gate up for you guys, and he turns and starts briskly making his way up the drive.
Just gonna whisper to Bart on the way up to those. Are all elves like that? Assholes? Oh, okay.
Oceanus is an elf.
I was about to say Oceanus was
All right, land elves.
Yeah. They can hear real good though. So
I don't doubt it with them big ass ears.
Try to whisper that by any chance?
I'm just like, yeah, there's no telling how good they can hear you talking. Or I hear sometimes they can't take a joke too well either. But that remains to be seen. I'm just gonna see if I can get this guy's attention.
Oh, fuck it. We'll give it a roll. Why not?
We'll give it an initiative roll, everybody. Let's go.
Jesus.
He's a level 14 paladin. Time to get our shit rocked.
Right.
You see
Both
a
of kicking your ass.
as you talk, like a big hitch in his step before he continues his walk. Just kind of like a weird, like kind of tense up as he goes before he just keeps on walking.
So probably not going to be our friend.
I was trying to like do it here, but I was also trying to make sure I could still see. He was just like he's much taller than probably even all of you. And he's just a very tall, slender dude, and he just was like looking down his nose at everybody the entire time. Like he did not like turn his head down to look at any of you in the eye. He was kind of. But y'all make it up the rest of the way to the estate proper without incident. I assume that nobody picks a fight with the butler. That'd be my assumption anyway. Oh God, I'm dying. But as you go, you see a pretty immaculately kept lawn. Several servants tending to their business as they go, like trimming hedges. Just making sure, pulling weeds, all that fun stuff. You also see several other places where there appear to be guards patrolling the grounds. Oh God damn it! Before making it to the mansion that is at the center of the estate. It's very. It matches kind of the design of the walls. It's very practical, but kind of also imposing. Is a large, dark brick structure that seems to have several, like one area that is like a small tower almost. It looks like just that kind of winds up on one side, with coming up to a point where you can see some windows dotting the sides as well as some at the top. They kind of look like they're colored stained glass, perhaps up at the top. Other fancy, like large windows in a couple other spots, before coming up to a large, dark, wooded door, where the elven butler, opens and beckons the four of you inside. Very well, if you will wait in this chamber over here. He leads you kind of off to the side into kind of like a sitting room. I will inform the emissaries of your presence and bring them down to you. Thank you.
Much obliged.
Disappears in there. It's a pretty normal sitting area. Cushy chairs, look to be like some little end tables with lanterns, like a small bookshelf. Y'all aren't. I assume y'all wait, or would you like to do anything else as your chaperone has disappeared? I figure I should give y'all that opportunity.
You said bookshelves?
Mhm.
Browsing.
Like one smaller bookshelf. It's not huge. Like I said, this is kind of like a sitting area, like kind of sitting area / waiting room kind of deal.
Disappointed browsing.
Sure. It is nothing particularly. I don't know. I don't know if you would find it exciting or not. Some of it appears to be like books by noted merchants from other places, some other countries, some from other countries, some from within the country. Older, a couple appear to be new, as well as some other browsing material. You note some more like lighter, fantastical readings that appear to have probably gotten a little more aware than the more academic.
If there's any like histories or whatever, I'll sit down with one and start reading it while I wait.
Sure. Yeah, there's probably like there'd easily be like a history of the country in which you currently reside, as well as like maybe
Cody,
mute. Future Mike.
Mute, please. Jesus, Lord Almighty. Hi, yes, I'm driving through a cave and we're experiencing TV static at the same time. Jesus.
Sorry, I'd hit the button, but I guess it didn't like click.
Good Lord.
Crunch.
Good gracious. But yeah, so it's some pretty dry stuff, a lot of information that you already know, but like some stuff detailing some of the wars that the nation has participated in, and blah 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 blah, such on and so forth. You're just kind of flipping through. Anything else the rest of you would like to do while you wait?
Glue would like to explore.
Are you gonna leave the
I would
room?
like to keep an eye on Glue.
Are you leaving the room, Gloob?
Are we shut? Did he shut in here? Or is it a pretty open room?
I mean, it's an open room. The door, like I'd say there's like one other door in the room. There's the one that he led you guys in through, that has remained open to like the main hall of the mansion, and then another that's kind of like a smaller door that's off to a different side.
Sure, I'll take off in a random direction.
I mean, you have two ways to go. Are you going out the open door, or are you trying to go through the closed door?
Let's go through the closed door.
Okay. So
where are you going?
What? I'm bored. We're just sitting here.
Yeah, I mean that's what political types like to make people do. Bureaucracy is a whole lot of waiting for no good reason.
I'm about to give it reason as soon as I open this door.
Come on now, we're guests in these people's house.
Does the door open?
Yeah, you've opened the door. That's why I just didn't want to interrupt. You open the door, and it's into a well lit but smaller passageway. You would know what this is, but like just for your own kind of understanding, it looks kind of like a servant's entrance, like is what it is. So it's like smaller, supposed to be more like less obtrusive, kind of just out of the way for servants to enter and leave without really bothering anybody.
Nothing nifty.
Not anything particularly exciting. It's just a hallway that kind of goes down and it appears to curve off to the right after about like 20 feet or so, 20, 25 feet.
Just kind of look at Barton Strug.
Don't go down the hall. Come on now. If you go down the hall, I'm going to have to follow you, and then Jakob's going to have to talk with these fellas, and he's going to end up slicing somebody in half.
Yeah, I don't really talk. I don't talk to people that well.
I mean, last time Jakob sliced someone in half, it did work out in our favor.
raise my hand and be like, I'll do the talking.
You're not helping the situation, Julian.
I'm looking at my daughter, so I'm focused on that. So I'm kind of like distractedly responding to
You do not see
Everyone-
your daughter.
Oh. Okay, then I'm full focus responding people.
Sorry.
That's fine.
But yeah, let's see. A lot of these rich folks, they got real fancy type kind of satchels they keep their money in, and a lot of times it gets caught in cushions. There might be some free money around here in some of these seats. That's it's a 17 total on that deception check.
Natural 19 on the inside.
Motherfucker!
Well,
He's lying to you.
let me know if you find any. I'm gonna go down the hallway.
All right.
Do you want me to go after him, or
Does anybody
do
follow
you want to
Glue?
go after him?
Yeah, I'll go after Glue. I just follow him around and make sure he doesn't get in any trouble.
All
Okay.
right. I'm gonna sit in one of the chairs and crack open a cold one.
It's not good, Christopher. It doesn't matter how much you want it to be cold. It
We
isn't.
We are the best house guests, by the way. So two of us are exploring. One just cracked open a Bud Light on the couch, like, and he pulled out of some like backpack.
Hey, I'm partaking of the guest designated reading materials. I'm being a wonderful guest.
I'm going after Glue.
Yeah. You're okay. Jakob and Bart are going after Gloob down the hall.
All of my wine is in the bag of holding, you son of a bitch. Get back here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
Oh shit!
Do
You have a bag of
thing?
wine thrown at you, Christopher.
Let's see.
Or Jakob. Sorry.
Ooh. Would that be an athletics check or an acrobatics check?
That'd be like an athletics check. That's like your reflexes, like catch it.
That's a 13.
Yeah, I'd say you catch it. It's like he's just tossing it back at you. You'd have to roll really bad to just be like, oh, my wine.
My wine.
What are we greeted with
Okay.
down this hallway?
Okay. So like I said, it starts to curve to the right after about 20-25 feet of exiting the sitting area. As you kind of curve off to the right, probably another about how far are you going down? Because after you curve around this right, it appears to go about another 50 feet down, and it tees off, and there appear to be like a couple doors along the way on either side.
How close is the first door?
I'd say probably like 15 feet on
Okay.
your left
I'll go
after
to
it
that.
curves.
I go to that one and peek in.
Okay. You peek in, and this appears to be like a kind of linen closet. Not linen closet, but like a cleaning closet.
This is boring too. What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're foul. Jesus. All right. Yeah, let's go back. Whatever.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation.
Do you close the door by any chance?
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
go
I'm
back
just like,
behind you.
some server's gonna walk up like, fuck. Why's the door open?
Head back into the room.
Okay, sure. Just easily dissuaded, apparently, Glue. Had an encounter for you ready and everything.
If I am waiting for more than 90 seconds when I get back into the room, I'll go through the open door.
Okay. I'll say like you kind of, unless you were like sprinting down this hallway, if you're just kind of meandering your way down, like you there and back. By the time you get back, you probably wait for about another minute or so, and you hear a set of what appear like the kind of light clack of shoes descending stairs, and like going down the last couple of stairs and starting to go along wooded floors, as well as what appear to be more heavy, just and a little bit of scratching, like then swishing noises as you hear. You probably y'all would be familiar with them from them walking around on the boat of what sounds like lizard folk walking across wood, wood flooring. And
Alright.
like about 30 or so seconds later, the elven butler appears in the door, closely followed by Kroshnil, Ostraku, and Druzak. They enter the room.
How y'all fellas holding up in the old human digs?
Kroshnil, exceptionally well, actually.
Well, that's good to hear. As long as they're not doing anything fishy, then I'll leave you to it. Hopefully they wine and dine you real nice, make a really good impression.
This Anders Solmore has treated us quite nicely so far. We haven't been here much more than a day at this point.
Right. Well, do you, is there anyone else in the room with us?
The butler is just standing off, like just outside the door, just kind of. He just is looking off into the hall, but other than that, it's just the three lizard folk with you.
All right. Well, we might be going off on a job here in the next day or so. But here, let me, and I'm going to, I guess, give them a small note with like some basic directions of how to get to the abandoned house to where all of this started, essentially, if things go wrong.
Okay,
Yep,
sure.
just
Easy enough.
something goes wrong, that's a place where probably nobody will go to find you. It's an old house there. Some of the floorboards might be a little weak, so be careful. There's a lot of crazy stuff in there, so don't be afraid to have to defend yourself.
And if you're able to, if you need us, leave a message at the snapping line with the bartender, and we'll try to help you when we come back.
I feel like if they're probably having a free town, stopping by the local bar is not going to be really in the cards.
Well, if they need us for something else.
Maybe.
He's is looking over the directions. I believe that these should be adequate should things begin to deteriorate here in town. However, that will hopefully be far from the case. I must ask, this job that you all are preparing to set out on, this in relation to the Sahuagin?
Well, it's going to be out in the ocean, so there's a good chance that it might relate to the Swahagan in some matter. Why do you ask?
Is relevant to myself and my people.
Some rich dude wanted to hire us to go get some fortune that he lost on a boat that people had sightings of recently. Shouldn't be too long. Make a little bit of extra change. Maybe put it to some good use somewhere else.
Is there any reaction from the butler when Bart mentions the ship and the other guy?
0.
Okay.
Like as far as like just glancing at him, it tells he doesn't even really seem to be paying attention.
Okay.
But yeah, I would not dally too long. Superficial business. I cannot imagine the Swahagan will wait long before making their next move, and that means we cannot afford to waste too much time before we make ours.
When are you expecting to head back?
I can't be certain once we have hammered out details with your council and what support we may expect and when. but I wish to be headed back within a week or a little more.
Out of character, real quick, you said it was only a couple of days to get there, to the boat, to where the boat was.
Drellian told you that probably round trip, just there and back, would be about a week.
Oh, okay.
So a few days out and a few days back.
Well, this trip might take about a week, but we can try to make it as speedy as possible.
That would be advised.
All right.
Swagan are sudden and violent when they make their moves.
Do you have any information that might help us out? You sound like you're thinking that they're going to be in the neighborhood very soon.
I can't be certain, but as you all ran into a scouting party that was then backed up by some of their more skilled warriors, I can't imagine that it will be long before they advance farther and begin trying to locate my people to wipe us out, as well as our allies.
All right, well, yeah, well, if that's the case, then we'll try to make haste quickly.
Yeah. We should probably also talk to, I forget his name, the dude that gave us the mission.
Which one?
Dralian.
Drowian. We should probably talk to Drowian about getting some type of extra guards for the boat, because I mean the sailors aren't gonna really be able to fight Swagan, and we don't want to bring any more dead bodies back. I mean, it's his crew, so he has an investment in trying to keep them alive, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't want to get anybody hurt. I agree with you there.
But that can be something we figure out with him next time we see him.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of that now, I reckon.
Yeah.
All right.
Very well. When you return, I would definitely check in again. If we are still around, I'm sure we will have much to discuss by the time. Make your way back.
Yeah, well, if you're not here, I'll know where to find you, probably.
I imagine so, unless something has gone horribly wrong.
And then I'll still know where to find you.
Wonderful.
All right,
Sail safely and fight well.
Don't get caught in too much bullshit.
That is impossible in my experience.
I'm just gonna laugh and be like, oh yeah, well, nothing really to say to that.
That's our shotgun, and Drew's just like looking around. You notice that none of them appear to be armed more than like daggers at their waists, and that seems to make both Rashaka and Druzok noticeably uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, if there's nothing more that you wish to discuss, I would recommend that you wrap up whatever business you have in town and be on your way.
Absolutely, I agree.
The sooner
All
you
right.
leave, the sooner you return.
Well, I'll just see myself out. Don't you worry about it, fella.
As
Start walking away.
The three lizard folk all exit and make their way down the hall, and soon hear them going up some stairs. The butler, if you will follow me right this way, says, and escorts you back towards the front door, opening it.
I like the image of this butler like trying to walk faster than Bart to the door to get in front of him, so he can.
He has longer
escort him.
legs. Like he gets to the door, opens it, and just gestures outside. Back the way you came. The guards will allow you to exit.
All
Good
right.
day.
I was like, yeah, tip my hat in. I certainly hope so. Just leave.
We
Waits
should,
behind you, and like the last of you that exit, the door almost like just about shuts on the back of your heel. I just kind of clunk.
Well, seems they're being taken care of.
Yeah. We should probably stop by the guardhouse to talk to Firebrand. Make sure that the council doesn't have any business that they need to have us take care of before we leave.
Firebrand, my favorite.
Maybe we could go talk to him after he's had some coffee. Get him to get that meeting to go a little bit faster, maybe.
It's about 1:00 in the
Shit.
afternoon.
Well, hell. All right, let's get going.
Let's go.
Firebrand first or back to
I'd say
Dralian?
just- Like, probably Firebrand first, because if we go back to Dralian, we'll probably be signing up some type of contract, and it'd be silly to sign a contract and then go ask someone else for more work.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Guards let you guys back out. Y'all are able to make your way over there. Probably about another 15-minute walk. Make your way up to the kind of the guardhouse. He is indeed in. Y'all are escorted in by the guards from one of the guards from near the front desk to his open office door. He's hunched over, like reading what appears to be like some reports or some papers, and he's just sitting there kind of rubbing his forehead. Ah, gentlemen, what can I do for you?
Well, we were about to set sail on a little bit of a journey. We didn't know if you had anything else you need us to do in town before we skipped out of here that might be a little bit more helpful to the community as a whole.
There's not any immediate work that I could think of, but if I may ask, where are you all setting sail to?
I was setting sail out in the ocean, find an old ship that's been missing for a long time. The old Albert Drellington. Is that his name? Drellington?
Dralian.
Drellington, sorry.
Yeah. Kind of narrows his eyes at the names. Albert Dralian has located his Emperor of the Waves.
That's the one.
He believes he has. The truth of the matter yet to be proven.
I feel like we're getting sent on a wild goose chase, honestly, but
He wants to pay us for it, so be it.
Thanks for a second. Shut the door if you would.
sure.
I got it.
Yeah. Door shuts.
Hell yeah.
A plus sound effects. Yeah, you shut the door inside here. From what I understand, the Emperor of the Waves contains almost the sum total of Dralian's wealth.
So he clarified to us over and over again.
It does not surprise me. From what I understand, after I've made my way here into Saltmarsh with my men, on the orders of the crown, he has been destitute since its loss.
Yep.
Or
Indeed.
comparably speaking, anyway.
He seems to think that He's got a magic chest on there with a bunch of bonds and letters and other things that'll get him his wealth back. He wants us to go retrieve it for him. He's even got a ship chartered, crewed up. Probably going to get some extra guards for it. And seems like either a fool's errand or we're getting in over our heads on something, but hopefully we can be back within a week.
That would be good. I can't imagine that we will be trying to stay still for long on the matters of the Sahuagin. I'll be sending word to Seaton that we will probably be requesting more troops that are of a higher quality than the majority of the militia here in Saltmarsh.
It's in my head.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I was about to be really confused. I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to react to that. But now, as I'm sure you all understand, wars require a vast amount of money to fund. And that is what this will be, even if smaller in scale. This Drallian, from what I understand, was, since I've been here anyway, he was one of the merchants who participated in some of the smuggling that went on before our arrival, especially so during the height of his wealth. So I feel little guilt in asking that when you retrieve this chest, perhaps you bring it to me. I will not cheat, Master Drallian. However, the crown takes its dues from those who commit crimes. This is just a little bit of forethought and ensuring that we can fund the war to come. The more money we have, the better soldiers we can procure, mercenaries, the like. Guaranteed resources. You understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I just kind of nod at him, and then also remember kind of spitefully us just getting shooed out of the meeting room the last time we saw this dude. Like we
They also left immediately after, if you recall.
right. Like, oh right, well you seem like an honorable man, Mr. Firebrand. You got any proof that this man was smuggling or anything?
Audible snort at the honorable man part.
When Master Drallian was operating at his peak, still, our country was still entrenched in war. I was otherwise occupied for being brought here. But men whose job it is to dig up these things, while we have no solid evidence, there is more than enough to convince me, if not the court. And in times of war, sometimes compromises must be made. He will receive his money. There's not quite as much of it as he would like.
Right. Well, that is an interesting proposition. Sounds wonderful. I'll let you know if we find anything.
I recommend it strongly. Ida and her family can only provide so much, as can Anders and others who are a bit more reluctant to part with their wealth.
Right.
So, this could do a lot of good for the people and their protection, as well as our success against the Sahuagin.
Yeah.
It's serious consideration as you go about this retrieval.
Has to be located first.
Indeed.
Like we said before, likely we'll find nothing.
Right.
would it be at all possible while we're gone to have the council have a discussion with Mr. Drowning, so as not to separate him from?
Maybe we should just take one thing at a time. We can worry about arousing people's ire towards each other and having talk of people taking someone else's money or rightfully accusing someone of this or that if we come back with the box.
I mean, Crown always takes their money. Taxation is realistic in times of war and in times of peace, and during times of war it'll be higher.
Indeed.
Just to clarify, this is money that'll be going towards the war effort. All of it.
Food, supplies to feed them and arm them. Mercenaries, if need be.
All of it.
That is my intent. Yes.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Sure.
I don't know if he's full of shit and he's planning it online in his own pockets.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Oof, not great. Not terrible. What's my insight? +1, so 13.
13.
Before you say anything, can I also roll? Because...
Sure. Yeah.
I will choose to not roll.
Very well.
That's 16.
The conversation at all makes me not trust him any longer.
That's fine. You said you rolled a 16, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Both of you kind of, especially like Gloob, you definitely dude is hard to read. He is stone faced. He's very, very just kind of face of stone faced, whatever. Very calm. He definitely doesn't seem to be like he's being like just off the rip that he's being dishonest. He's saying his words, from what you can tell, they seem to be honest. Christopher, you kind of get more of the same. You can a little more. You definitely see that there's a little heat in his eyes, that this is something that he feels is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't, like, neither of you get a sense that he's lying about that this is for the good of Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Right. All right. Well, so no other jobs aside from that then?
None that I can think of. Aside from, you said you will be gone for about a week, yes?
That's right.
I would advise to return as quickly as you can.
That's the plan. Hopefully we can get some people rounded up, get everything going, and maybe be out by the end of the night. My thinking is that if we get sailing in the late afternoon, we'll be doing pretty good. Maybe we'll be close enough to the shore that the Swahagi won't at least attack the first night.
That would be nice.
Yeah, hopefully.
I would definitely be very careful. I can't be sure exactly where the Emperor of the Waves has been located, but it's been gone for a very long time and disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah.
I assure you we will require your help, I'm sure, to deal with the Sahuagin. They are dangerous.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of pickles to be popped open.
He just kind of like glances down at the papers he was reading. Yes.
Well,
Pickles indeed.
all right. Well, you have a good one. I gotta get down to business.
You all as well. Safe travels.
Just kind of wave back at him. Keep on going.
These guys
shuffling some sheafs of paper.
Filter out.
Looks like taking a couple notes.
As these guys filter out, I'd like to talk to them.
Let's wait till we're fully outside the building.
Wait, what? Huh?
Yes.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Firebrand.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
Yes.
Crossbows. A crossbow.
What about one?
Can I procure one from you? Bart taught me that word.
I imagine so. If you
A good
Speak
one. I
to
don't
the-
want a shit one.
I do not arm my men with equipment that does not work. You speak to the gentleman at the front desk. Tell him that I am allowing you for one of our crossbows to be distributed to you. I imagine you will require bolts as well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you need something else? Like you look? Are you looking down at his desk?
I am.
It's just there's like papers and stuff. Like
Yeah, I'm trying to see what he's stressing out about.
it's just like a stack of papers that are just off to the side.
Okay.
Very small writing.
Okay. Can't garner any sort of information.
Not
Well,
just from like peeking down a few times. No, like upside
It's a-
down and across, like at an angle on the desk. So
He's reading that Dungeon Boy magazine with a Bucks and Beholder on the cover.
yeah, he just like as you
No.
keep looking, he just kind of picks up the sheaf of papers and just kind of is like straightening them, but just keeps holding them after the fact. Speak to the gentleman at the front desk. He will be able to grab you something from the armory.
What about a good one? Like a magical one. The secret stuff. You got a secret one?
I can't say that I have any such thing in my possession currently. Not for the use of my men, anyway.
No, but for the use of me.
Also, no.
Also, no. What an appropriate response.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have quite a bit to put in order in a very short period of time. Unless there's anything else that you require of me.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Just keeps tilting the paper like backwards, like. Very well.
I do not shut that door behind me, and I leave it wide ass open.
Yeah, it was open when y'all entered.
Okay.
So he was,
But yeah, I'll go to the front desk and see if they will sell me a crossbow.
you go to the front desk. Same dude that y'all saw before, just like bald dude, pretty chunky, big guy. Oh yeah, what can I do for you?
What's going on, Biggin? I would like to procure a crossbow from you and some bolts. Firebrand said you're good for it.
I see. Yeah, sure. We can give you a crossbow, and some bolts. And you just like, yeah, come with me. He takes you a little down the hall, kind of in the direction of down one of the other halls. Like that wasn't the one that was to the cells where y'all have been previously, and just takes a big ring of keys and opens up what appears to be an armory. You see different, various and sundry weaponry. He looks at you, looks at the wall, like,
I got it from here, buddy. And I will,
Hey.
I will-
He just picks up one of the what appears a crossbow. Like as you say that, he's like, "That should be about your size." Hands you a crossbow.
It was hanging on the wall right next to the AK-47.
Yep.
That's
you see
not
a,
an
you see a
actual
rocket
crossbow.
launcher in there, just hanging on the back of the RPG.
I think the expression on Alex's face is, how bad do I want to roll sleight of hand?
Well, the first roll I want to make is perception before
Sure,
the
roll
sleight
a
of
perception check.
Are you sure you don't just gonna
What?
grab stuff and start putting it in the
Oh God.
I just want to see
And what
if,
are you looking for exactly?
I don't know.
Or are you looking for anything specific?
Fun things.
Okay. What do you mean by fun? Like, give me a little bit looking for a bouncy house. Like, he's trying to see if there's a clown doing balloon animals in there.
Fun things that would be in an armor. I don't know.
I just
Alchemist
imagine-
fire.
The armed clown building things out of balloon animals.
Roll that.
Secret storage of black powder or something like that.
Smash cut to Gloob, and the thoroughfare just pulls out one of like 3-ball flails. Like, look what I got, guys!
So y'all just smash cut and you hear like bells ringing. Glib's just hauling ass down the street.
It's always
Got a high
Sunny
speed-
plays gang goes to jail.
Doesn't matter. I don't see anything good anyways. It's a 2.
what you? Oh shit. shit. Total?
Not total. It's a natural 2 on the dice, so it's 5 total.
It looks like an armory.
All right. Well, I'll
You see
grab
some
what he gives me.
spears, like a halberd. Yeah, and you definitely you see a couple other crossbows, a couple that appear to be like much larger than the one he's handing you. But he hands you the crossbow, and all right, and he pulls like a little. Holy shit! I'm blanking on a quiver. There we go, quiver, and he like a smaller barrel, and he puts some bolts in there. All right, imagine that should do you. Holds out the quiver to you, appears by about 20 bolts in it.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you,
Got it.
sir.
Of course. You know, y'all been doing good work for us so far, so I mean, might as well keep you supplied.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, as best we can anyway.
Where's
Just kind of looking at you like,
Where's the good stuff at? You know what I'm saying? The good stuff.
I'm not sure what you mean.
He misunderstands you and just whips out a thing of cocaine. He's like, all right, it's going to cost you.
He's like, well, first you're gonna need a spoon and a candle.
Oh my gosh.
Got some Dream Lily right here.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not sure what you mean.
Like the good weapons,
These are good weapons.
but the good ones. The secret
This-
ones.
We don't have any secret weapons. Not unless some of the men have bought some with their own money, but not. I'm not their keeper.
I'm pretty sure Galoob is Saltmarsh's secret weapon.
He's gonna touch everybody.
All right. Keep them secret then. I'll be back around. You'll come around eventually.
Okay.
That's-
Very purposely locks the armory doors, like clink.
And I'll head outside.
Anything
Pardon
you
me.
gentlemen want to have done during his brief discussion and then journey to the armory?
Let's hang out in the lobby.
Yep.
I'm gonna compliment your crossbow, Globe. It's a very nice crossbow you got there.
Thanks.
Yeah, you are now in
Should-
possession of a light crossbow, Joe.
Okay, I was just about to ask and make sure. Appreciate it. This should do us maybe a little bit better. Also, it should be a little bit easier to use in the water.
Who knows? Only time will tell. A tale of souls and swords.
Oh my goodness.
All of a sudden, you hear nightmares. Boosh! And giant fucking hole appears. Ah! Oh god!
I will take my short bow off my back, throw it in the bag of holding, and then throw the crossbow and bolts around my back.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
You now match your picture.
Did
It only took me 14 episodes.
Oh boy.
Wonderful. You'll
did
love
Julian ever get a bow after?
I don't need
this. I
it.
think he reacquired a
Oh,
new
okay.
bow now. He can summon bows just out of the ether. So unless he just wants to have a bow for like fashion reasons.
I mean, he got bowjacked. I'm just
He
worried
did.
for a
Hey,
boy.
man, this is his own fault. He should have said something.
Well, we should
He
probably
gave Oceanus that longbow.
we should probably get on our way to
I'll charge him interest when I see him again.
Albrecht.
If you see him again.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, to Dralians then. You're gonna threaten this man again?
We should probably not threaten our employer.
Well, it seems like we're in a little bit of a conundrum. We got an asshole and a bureaucrat who says he means well to do all the right thing with a bunch of money. So my vote is we don't give it to either of them. That's just me.
I don't love the idea of unlawfully seizing somebody's assets or their money without evidence. I do think Firebrand makes a good point that Saltmarsh will need funding, but I think if he talked to Albrecht about it, there's a possibility he'd be willing to give a loan.
I'm with Julian on this one, and I think we should just keep our mouth shut until we actually locate it.
Yeah, I don't think we need to tell nobody anything about who we're giving it to. This is a conversation that I think should just stay between the four of us.
Yeah.
Let's just get
First
our hands
things first.
on it first.
We'll need a crew.
Which begs the situation of maybe we shouldn't sign a contract. Maybe we should just say our word's good enough. Because if we sign a contract, then we'll be beholden to give this thing back to this fella.
That is true.
What do they call those things? A gentleman's agreement. And I promised I would stab him if he didn't pay us.
Well, I'm a halfling, so I don't got to worry about no man agreements. So let's.
Oh, Gloob, there's no gentleman in Saltmarsh.
What are you talking about? There's all of us.
Just gonna look at him like he
I
just didn't
also
hear what I
just looking
said.
at him like.
The way I see it, I don't think Firebrand's wrong. I mean, Saltmarsh is probably going to need all the help it can get, but honestly, I don't trust Firebrand, as bureaucratic as he seems to be the guy to take the money and do what's right with it. I don't know where y'all heads are sitting on your shoulder as far as the council goes, but I just as soon hand it over to old Ida and let her do what's right with it to the people.
That sounds about right for me. The concern is, he said, only he could access the bonds. If the wealth is in the form of bonds, he would need to cash them out.
That is true.
But the agreement that I made with him during our personal conversation, he will be providing assistance to Ida of his own volition.
Well, then I mean, if Ida requests assistance in the form of a loan for war funds, then
It would be a gift.
well, then if she requests a gift, then I think the problem's solved.
Hey, I'm real confused. Is no one else thinking we just keep all of it?
We can't cash out the bonds if he's telling the truth. Obviously, if we find just a big chest of gold or some shit, that changes everything.
I'm not willing to steal man's possessions, that it rightfully is.
He doesn't have possessions. And
Well,
we will possess it when we get it.
They are rightfully his.
Well, yeah, they're his, unless he smuggled his way to getting them, and then, I mean...
Then they're the king's.
I don't see how that tracks. If I steal something from you, and it's stolen goods, it doesn't go to a third party just because he's got a crown on his head.
Well, it's the king's to re-give back to the people that were harmed.
I gotta be honest with you, Jacob. Like, I don't like being labeled a thief, but if the king's gonna get it, then the king can sell his ass out there and get the bonds himself.
When I say the king, I mean the king's justice.
Yeah, I know. This is just for humorous effect to get my point across. Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna go out there and do the work of getting this stuff, and probably have to fight against the ghost ship or something like that.
Pirates.
No telling what's pirates, ghost pirates.
Swahagan.
Ghost pirate.
Swahagan too.
Swahagan pirates. Swahagan ghost pirates. Oh my god!
No.
Let's go!
Get out of here, king.
Well, ultimately, the king can bugger off. As much as I don't like Firebrand, though, if funds do need to be allocated to men and weapons to keep Saltmarsh safe, that's also to be considered. But again...
I will have you watch what you say about the king near me. He is our rightful king.
And he can stay our rightful king from far away with his tax collectors and his soldiers elsewhere.
Point of order. Yeah. I'm not from the human area, so
A conversation to be had when we actually have something worth distributing.
yeah, agreed.
That is fair.
All right.
Let's go get our
Dralian.
200 gold. Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking Batman. Fucking. What was that, Younger?
if we're taking Ned along, we're gonna have to figure that out too.
Y'all haven't seen that all day.
If we find Ned.
Maybe we should
I
give
don't-
that poor man a break.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same. If we're about to get involved in some stuff that's probably going to make us some enemies in town one way or another, maybe we should just leave Ned behind on this one.
Also, can we just stop paying him for doing nothing?
This is a situation that would kill two birds with one stone.
All right. Problem solved.
Ian's face like, you motherfuckers. I can't.
That man took his
I
player
mean,
level
that means I
and
don't have to
ran.
worry about him in combat. So I mean, that makes my life easier.
New
Less
NPC,
people.
Den.
You
Yeah,
never had to
less
worry
NPCs.
about him in combat anyways.
Hey man, me worrying about him is what's made him so fucking useless. My fucking rolls have been so shit for Ned. I feel so bad.
He's been rolling d10s for Ned, not telling anybody.
Jesus, I wish I had that kind of excuse.
All right. So yeah, I guess we'll head on back to the broken down estate.
Sure. All right. Y'all make your way back over to Dralian's estate easily enough. And, approaching, this place doesn't have like a gate with guards and shit at it like old Anders and his family. But yeah, you make your way up, knock, I imagine, and Vertheg, after a few moments, answers the door. Gentlemen, I see you have arrived. Master Dralian did say that you would be coming back to sign a contract to formalize your agreement. If you follow me, he is up in his study. Troop goes trooping on with you guys back up to Dralian's study, where he is sat behind his desk. He just kind of seems to be reading a document. Similar, I was about to say similar to Firebrand, as I was using the same pose. But, gentlemen, it is, so you have returned. I have drafted a contract for you all. He turns around.
Someone doing
If you
construction?
would like to read it.
Yeah, are you building something onto your house or something like that? Who's hammering?
I think there might be clothes in a dryer.
There
or something
is,
like
but
that.
I was just adding
Yeah.
it into the story. I think someone's doing construction. Someone's fixing up his house for him. He's getting ready for his money.
Fucking.
But he is
Vertheg
Proffering
is a
to you
whirlwind in the kitchen.
proffering a contract.
What's the contract say?
It's general terms of what you guys had discussed before, that you were receiving, that persons employed would receive were receiving 200 gold front payment to perform the job of good gracious of going along with the ship, which let me see if I remember the name of the ship because it's on there. Sorry. It is the Soul would board the Soul of Winter to ride along until coming to the location of the owner to the hirer's possessed ship, the Emperor of the Waves, to then procure from the Emperor of the Waves one magically bound chest that contains the possessions of Aubric Dralian, to be returned to Aubric Dralian, and to then be paid out a sum of 10,000 gold pieces as soon as the contents of the chest have been liquidated. any and all injuries incurred upon during this journey are purely at the expense of the adventurers hired, such on and so forth. Just kind of like some stuff to kind of cover his ass, and if contents of chest are not, like, if the chest is not aboard the Emperor of the Waves, or if the Emperor of the Waves is unable to be located, the adventurers will, will keep the 200 gold given to them as payment, and will seek no retribution for lack of 10,000 gold against Albrecht Drallion. That kind of thing.
Where's the part that if you don't pay us, I stab you?
That is the point of the contract, so that there is no stabbing. This is a legally binding agreement that will mean I will be punished legally if I do not hold up my end of the bargain.
I'll lean over to Gloob and, not so quietly whisper.
Generally, that's just taken care of between the two of you. That part doesn't go on paper.
Okay.
I do not intend to try to give you legal grounds on which to murder me, if you so desire.
I don't know what that means, but...
That is okay. Now, this addresses all terms that we discussed for this job previously. If I could have all of you sign, or if you have some kind of group signing that you prefer, does not matter to me.
We were thinking it over, and what type of further guards do you have on this ship besides the four of us?
I couldn't be certain. I spoke to Captain Wolgar when hiring out his ship. He assured me that he and his men are capable of protecting themselves. They just did not want to take on the task of boarding and clearing out the ship, as well as locating its goods. They were happy to take the pay to transport whoever I hired to do so, and would take the easy job. You would have to speak to him if you wanted to be certain of his defensive nature of his holy shit.
Crew?
Crew, there we go, thank you. Yeah, of his crew. Their abilities are, they have a good reputation for getting the job done that they are paid to do. That is why I hired them.
And no such contract for them if they get hurt or injured along the way, huh?
I am not paying any of you if you are hurt or injured. That is the point of paying you, to take on a dangerous task. Is that you are capable of fending for yourselves.
DM, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If I need to ask certain questions in order to get this insight, that's fine. But I would like to see, when he is speaking about this crew, if this crew that he has hired is on the up and up. Like, do I sense anything when he talks about this crew is like, I've paid them and I've paid them to fuck you over at the end of it?
He said, like, that would be, I would say you could go ahead and roll that, because he did say that he is paid, they were paid to complete the journey there and back. They were not paid to board the ship itself. So if you wanted to see whether that statement was true, I would say that applies to the question you just asked me.
Son of a bitch, dude. 12.
Seems to be telling the truth as far as you can tell. Seems to mean what he says.
Is there a fireplace in the room? And is it lit?
Yeah, there's like a smaller fireplace. It has like mostly like embers in it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
How close is the fireplace to us?
It's pretty close. It's supposed to be close enough to like provide fairly immediate warmth to him when he's sat at his desk.
Okay.
I am very confused as to what your intentions are, but I'm also very excited to find out.
As he hands me the paper, or like hands us
Or
the
who
paper,
took it? Yeah, he was
I'm
handing
gonna
it out.
take. I'm
Whoever
gonna
was
take
first.
it.
Yeah.
Kind of like drunkenly take it.
You've been
I'm
drinking
gonna-
on your guys' way over here.
I would like to do a performance check to pretend to be drunk and fall over, dropping the papers into the fireplace.
I mean, if you really want to, sure. Roll a performance check.
I was
that one
this
face
close.
right there.
I was this close to getting an 18, which would have been a 19, but instead I rolled a 5.
So that's a 6.
No, I rolled a 4, which is 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
even better.
Yep.
So you are.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like,
What are you doing? Step contract?
You just like really obviously like, oh, I am stumbled, and you just, and you didn't nat 1, so it goes in the fire, but it's not very elegant. It kind of like swishes, and he's like, what do
I
you
think
do?
What my friend means to say here is that your contract's shit, but we'll take the job anyway. We ain't got time
You
to
all are
discuss
the
this.
ones who requested the contract.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we're on a tight schedule since we came back, so we're gonna get the hell out of here. We'll get you your damn papers. Whatever. We
Roll
good?
deception.
Do it?
Then roll a deception check.
Alright.
You said like your papers are shit. Your contract is shit.
That's a 17 plus things. Oh man, I got points in that. That's a 21 total.
Thank
21
God
total.
one of us can roll.
That's also a 21 total. He's just kind of looking at you guys, specifically you, Bart. He's like, uh-huh.
Do you not know?
Very
I mean,
well.
you came to us to get our help. The lizard folk, they gotta be going back soon. So we need to be back hopefully earlier than 7 days from now. We're hoping to leave as soon as possible.
Then
My
the
line
sooner you set out, the better.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Good day, gentlemen, and good luck on your journey.
Yeah.
I procured some additional equipment that you may peruse at your leisure once you have boarded the Soul of Winter.
All right.
Good day.
You said this guy looked pale, right?
Yeah, he's a like paler guy. Like he's not like
He's a vampire.
He doesn't
That's
look
what
like
I was
super-
thinking.
He doesn't look like super sickly or anything, but he's like he's pale more, and like he obviously hasn't spent his life like working the docks and on ships and stuff.
Doesn't
Like he
look
spent a lot more
undead.
time inside.
Does he look like the Lord of Skingrad? I'm glad Ian gets that reference.
I don't, that's for sure.
I very much remember. That's one of my favorite quest lines. Man. I love that quest line. God
Going
damn.
back to Oblivion.
Oh. When we're out of earshot, I'm just gonna say, man, you think somebody who drinks so much would be a little bit better at acting drunk.
Maybe it's a good thing, Yak, and maybe you could not drink as much and then not be as good at pretending to be drunk too.
Birthday guest escorts you all back outside. You know, I wish you all a safe journey and a swift return.
You're not coming with us? I'm fucking with you. Take it easy.
Yeah, you take care of yourself.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much, sirs. It just gives you guys like kind of a nod and goes back in the house.
All right. Well, Can I roll like a retroactive insight check to see that that guy plainly didn't believe a word I fucking said?
I like y'all. You were stood there for a second, so sure.
Oh, that's a 15. Insight. 22.
It's two total.
Mhm.
Hold on, now I gotta fucking roll for him.
Sorry.
Stop making me roll dice when I don't have dice, Kent.
My bad.
You said 22.
22 total. Yes.
Yeah, you definitely could tell.
Okay.
Like it was very much like he like more of less like that. It was just obvious upon his face the whole time, but it was like as you said the words, he just very much like looked like his face kind of fell into almost like a very concerned and wondering look before he kind of regained his composure.
All right. Gotcha. Cool beans. Well, once you get outside, I'll inform the group. Well, fellas, I don't look too good. I don't know how shady this guy may or may not be, but there might be a chance that he tries to kill us to make sure he gets his goods at this point. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think my my little stunt in there helped our case. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. Maybe we should just try to push all the beds into one cabin in the ship and just kind of snuggle on up together.
I like this idea.
Roll was just straight wisdom check real quick for me, boy.
Shit, dude, I'm rolling fucking good. 16 plus 5, so another 21.
As you recall, like as you stay about like pushing all the beds together, you remember that all the beds on y'all's ship anyway were like bolted to the walls and the floor.
It's nothing a hammer can't fix.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do some redecorating in here. Get your carpenter tools.
You can always take the mattresses from beds too and put them on the floor.
I'm just gonna like redecorate this fucking dude's ship.
I mean, we can at least get a hammock or bed rolls or something and throw them on the floor in one of the rooms or something like that. I imagine since we're leaving right now, we're probably not going to get too much extra guard, if at all, that one of us is going to probably want to stay watch while the rest of us sleep.
Where
Yep.
to? The docks now?
Yeah, let's go to the docks. Let's get this show on the road.
We need anything
Shit.
else?
I went shopping the other day. I got pretty much everything we needed. Or earlier today. Not last Monday, actually.
All right. Well, let's do the damn thing.
I agree. Let's get out of here.
All right. Yep. Set off for the docks. It's still like in the middle of the afternoon. At this point, it's like 2, probably like 2-ish by the time y'all make your way down to the docks. You peruse easily enough. You recall that he said the ship that y'all would be sailing upon is the Soul of Winter,
Mhm.
and you quickly locate this ship because it's fucking huge.
Oh, nice.
Like it looks like at least an extra deck compared to like deck high compared to y'all's ship. And as you approach, it's a very long, kind of it's big, but it's kind of stout looking. It's not a very elegant looking ship, but very functional and clearly very well crafted with it's the name painted across the side, as well as what appears to be the figurehead. The figurehead is a finely crafted, like I'm trying to think the best way to describe this, but a stout fellow raised a hammer in one hand as well as a trident in the other, just kind of not like widespread, but kind of upwards to kind of maintain the upward slope of the figurehead itself, with a carved beard kind of tumbling down his chest.
I'm just imagining Thor meets Ariel's dad.
Now that's a boat.
Kind of, but like more compact. It looks like I'll just go ahead and say it looks like a dwarf, but made really big onto a figurehead.
Oh shit! Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
The
I'm
parrot.
gonna tear ass back to our boat and grab my bird.
I mean, you're on the dock, so you're able to you're able to run down and get your bird easily enough. You like
Yeah.
realize it like as you guys are walking along, you're like you see the soul of winter, and then like a few ways down, you see like your smaller ship, and you're like bird, and you tear ass off and grab your bird real quick.
Yeah, I'll grab some of my packing or not packing, but camping equipment off of Daisy before we leave, so I can make sure to hold up with a bedroll and stuff, since I don't like keep that in my pocket the whole time.
Right. Yeah, I'll definitely say like as you guys, come back through town, y'all are able to grab whatever equipment you're wanting to grab. That if you may have left it on your horse, or your donkey or whatever, or off the ship if you feel like you left it there. So y'all are able to have whatever equipment you own on your person as you approach the Soul of Winter, and as you guys kind of come up closer, and there's a gangplank going down, as the figurehead would indicate. There are a bunch of dwarves all over the place.
Did you get reimbursed your barrel?
What happened?
Did you get your barrel reimbursed? I guess we'll probably grab a barrel as part of our shopping real quick.
Yeah, I mean, y'all had a barrel that Gloob was sleeping in.
Oh, okay.
Y'all had like a barrel that y'all had emptied out over the course of the y'all's journey or whatever that you guys had cleaned up and he was using. Definitely bring that along with you if you would like. But
it's just like still in the towels at the hotel room. Yeah, we're taking this barrel with us, so fuck you guys, okay?
Like y'all grabbed all the little soaps and dumped them in your bag. And
I think I bought that barrel. I remember asking Hannah if she had one available.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. You got like an empty like grog barrel. That seems like here you go, I guess.
Thank you very much.
I thought one of them got destroyed.
Oh, one of them was
these
with
are
the Swahagan.
These are separate. These are not the ones the Swahagan were in.
Yeah.
These are separate barrels.
Okay.
This is a separate barrel.
Cool.
But
anyway,
as you guys approach the Soul of Winter, you're seeing it like kind of going up and down the gangplank and working on the deck itself. Lots of dwarves. You see predominantly men, but you also see some female dwarves on there as well. But only dwarves. All of them are swarthy, well muscled across the board. You can see you note some scars of various kinds. Some that look like maybe they came from working. Some that look like they came from knives or blades or stuff like. It's all look very like a bunch of very capable individuals, and standing down at the bottom, just kind of like yelling at his crew as they go about their business. You see a dwarf that is better dressed and fully dressed as compared to those like most of the others. Barefoot in like lighter clothes and stuff as they go about their manual labor. So this guy's in kind of like a very proper wear. He's just kind of standing there. He has a hat upon his head. It's nicer than your hat, Gloob. It's just kind of with a kind of it's a blonde, long blonde beard that you can see sticking out in front of his chest, and some braids and stuff that are coming out from under his hat. He just kind of, come on, we are hoping to set out here before the end of the day. Bring those sails down. Get that barrel down here. We don't have any use for that on those high seas. Like just yelling at his men as men and women, his crew as they go about their business.
I take it you're the captain?
I am.
My name's Bartholomew Fairfurrow. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm Wolgar Windrune, captain.
Wolgar?
Wolgar Windrune. Wolgar. Windrune, spelled the way you would expect.
All right.
I am Wolgar Windrune, captain here of the Soul of Winter.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Bartholomew Fairfurrow. You see him like kind of counting and then looks at Gloob. You are the four that I am chartering to on behalf of Obrik Dralian.
Yes, this.
Very
You got a
well.
mighty nice ship here. I'm impressed.
Looks up at it. Indeed it is. Thank you.
Dwarven craftsmanship, I take it?
Of course.
Oh, I feel safer already.
Yes, you should. No finer ship sails the seas. At least not out of Saltmarsh. So, I take it that you gentlemen are ready to depart.
Yep. Sooner the better.
Perfect. I agree very much, I must say. You, come here. Beckons over one of the sailors. Show these gentlemen down to the quarters where they will be staying for the duration of the journey. Like, wait, the guy's like, oh yes, sorry, if you'll come with me, gentlemen, or sirs. Kind of up the gangplank.
Yeah.
Leads you guys below deck into a handful. They split you guys into two cabins, and they're, considering how big the ship is, they're pretty spacious.
Nice.
It definitely seems like, they're still not massive, but y'all aren't just crammed like nut to butt in there or anything. Y'all have room to breathe in each of your cabins. Kind of side eye the barrel that y'all are just kind of carrying around like.
There's a guy in the background hammering together an extra barrel. Like these motherfuckers right here.
But it leaves you in rooms as he stands outside the sailors. The captain would like to request that you will remain in your cabins, and of course the mess for the duration of the journey. It's a very tight ship he runs, and he does not want any of you interfering with ours and our business. We will of course inform you if anything goes awry or if anything is going to change.
I will occasionally need to be on deck, but I won't interfere with the sailors' actions.
I imagine you will have to take that up with the captain at your earliest convenience. His
Very well.
instructions were for you all to remain in your cabins and in the mess for mealtimes.
All right.
Make yourselves comfortable.
Well, just scream really loudly if you start getting stabbed by fish people.
I am sure that you will not be hearing us scream if there are an attack of some kind.
Make no mistake. You might want to spread this among the men. Chances that we're going to get attacked on these seas by fish people seems pretty high.
I will do that if it would please you all. We have dealt with pirates and the like for quite a long time.
These aren't
We can handle
pirates.
ours. And then we will handle them just the same, I assure you.
All right.
Look over at Bart, just like,
And as he makes his way off, and as y'all make yourselves comfortable in your cabins, and not long afterwards, you hear the yells of pushing off, and you feel the movement away from this here dock in Saltmarsh. I'll begin your journey, hopefully to locate the Emperor of the Waves, and do with the wealth that you hope to find there as you will. And that is where we will leave you guys for this evening. That's where we're going to call the session for tonight. I figure the beginning of y'all's journey is good of a stopping point as any, so that we can get to all the excitement, perhaps, next week when we return to our full-length sessions, where I'm able to have all my stuff, all my junk. A bit.
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah, I'll probably just be like, oh, okay, these are 2 rooms. All right, just gonna walk back over into this other one. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, thank you guys all for joining us tonight. I know once again this was another short one. As we're starting late. This should be the last day of that. I am really I might say fuck it and it'll be the last one regardless. I don't give a shit. I'll just go stay in my own house. God damn it. I'm ready to be home. But yeah. We're off on y'all's next adventure. Thank you guys so much for joining me here to play with me. And thank you guys all so much. Any and everybody who, stopped by. We appreciate it. I saw I think we got 1 or 2 resubscriptions. Thank y'all
Yeah.
so much for those primes. We always appreciate it. And if you're new here, drop a follow. We do our thing here. It goes for a few days a week. Mondays we do this campaign. Goes Saltmarsh, usually from 7 to 11. So a full 4-hour sessions. Back on Wednesdays we do our Tavern talks where we do various things. We'll chat about stuff that's D&D, that's either new content or we're just discussing concepts. We do some map making sometimes play a little bit of Vidya that is relevant. On Saturdays we have our Across Eberron campaign that is DM'd by, I can't remember where you are. I think you're this way from me. Gloom is DM'd by him, where myself, our boy Bart, and Julian are players in said campaign, as well as some other colorful folks. And we have a good time on those Saturdays. So come check us out on any of those days. Once again, on the 22nd, that Saturday, we'll be doing our 24-hour charity event stream for Extra Life, hoping to raise some good money, have some good times, and give out some fun prizes and stuff that we have acquired and accrued. It'll be fun. Come stick around, even if just to say hi, show everybody some love and some support. We would greatly appreciate it. I believe right about now is where we do our end of stream thing normally, where we'll raid someone real fast to round it off and spread the love of the TTRPG community, as we all have everybody does a lot of hard work and has a lot of fun times, if I do say so. But it looks like we are raiding Oathsworn RPG. Everybody ready up. We're all going to have a good time. Show them some love.
Yeah.
Say hi from Hard Knock Dice. And everybody just have a great and lovely evening. I know I'm going to try to do the same. Bye.
Bye.